My house is over 100 years old in Easton. Inside, outside, the whole thing has just been subject to so many DIY jobs.
Why were you in that market for a roof in the first place?
This house was built in the year 1900.
Right.
So there was stuff that was original. There was like underlayment that was like oriented incorrectly. The whole thing was completely rebuilt, and I see the work that you guys do, just like looking at the house and the billboard here, like that's not my house.
Yeah.
But I absolutely felt like I was getting the highest quality job. We went on the roof together. He was like, come out here, I want to show you some stuff. He was just like, hey, this is what I'm seeing. This is what it's going to cost.
Why were you in that market for a roof in the first place?
Yeah, so again, whether it was 23 or 24, I can't remember. I think it was 23 though. My insurance company reached out to me. They were like, hey, we're gonna, non-renew your insurance, how to get your roof repaired or replaced. So I went out, probably got like 5 or 6 different quotes. I found In the Light via social media, and some friends of mine had used you guys as well.
Love that.
Yeah. So just doing research, had come out. I had Steve. Steve was the best. I know he's not here anymore, but Steve came out. He, I gave Steve a lot of credit, but he was the bearer of bad news. It's my roof. My house is over 100 years old in Easton, and it has been it's been through the ringer. And inside, outside, the whole thing has just been subject to so many DIY jobs. I think the roof was no exception.
I bet.
The front of the roof was clearly newer than the back of the roof. And there was just, Steve was like, I'm gonna shoot you straight, man. It's looking rough up there.
Yeah.
And in contrast, there's the other people that came out. I mean, I had some people who were just like, they didn't even go on the roof. They just sat there on the ground and they went, $9,000.
Yeah.
Right. Steve came out. We went on the roof together. He was like, come out here, I want to show you some stuff. And he's just like, hey, this is what I'm seeing. This is what it's gonna cost.
Right.
Like I said, he was the bearer of bad news, but it was no doubt the most thorough quote. Other people got out on the roof. I got out on the roof with some other people, that gave me numbers, and but C was the one who really was like making sure I understood.
Yeah. Transparent.
Yeah, and what needed to be done, what it was going to cost, right? And just what it was going to look like to have this work done. So, before it was done, I had like multiple leaks. It was pretty much as rough as it gets, and I see the work that you guys do, and just like looking at the house and the billboard here, like that's not my house. But I absolutely felt like, I was getting the highest quality job. And like I said, I got quotes from, a good spread of, the Valley's offerings when it comes to roof replacement. So I think I told this to you when we talked the other week. I was like, it's such a peace of mind to know, as I plan on owning this house, forever. I don't really intend on selling it. Eventually I want to turn it back into a high quality rental, but it's so nice knowing that in 15, 20 years, when the shingles wear out, I can call you guys and just shingles off, shingles on.
Exactly.
My roof was a complete rebuild. It was like, you guys got up there was original wood. Like I said, this house is built in the year 1900.
Right.
So there was stuff that was original. There was like underlayment that was like oriented incorrectly. The whole thing was completely rebuilt.
Yeah.
Which is just incredible. And also, it's awesome to know just my roof is right.
Yeah.
It is like, there's nothing DIY, there's nothing half done. There is completely up to and beyond the standard.
Yes. I'd love to hear that. And we've had quite a bit of rain and no issues, correct?
Yeah. Well, and again, it's been probably it has been 2 years at this point.
Yeah.
And again, no issues. And it just, even, is one thing that comes to mind when we were talking about, I have an area of my roof that's kind of like, it's like only slightly pitched, like a flat roof area.
Yeah.
And Steve was talking to me about it, and he was just going through it. He was like, some people would just put down, the one layer of ice shield and that's it.
Yeah.
And he was like, we're going to do a layer of insulation, a layer of ice shield, and then the roofing on top of it. And that is filtered through my memory, so I'm not getting that 100% correct.
No, that's great, and that's a great visual as well.
Yeah, and he was just like saying, like, other people would just throw down shingles, and he was like, we're gonna do a little bit more than that, which is emblematic of the entire process.